What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
Every year there comes a pile of new films for any population to enjoy. And what better movies should teenagers watch than good old coming-of-age films? These types of movies have always shown the good and bad sides of growing up in high school, and everything that comes in those stages of their life. Stay with us and find out about 10 best upcoming teen high school movies 2022. Number 10, After We Fell, October 19th, 2021.
You have a great job in Seattle, but I don't have anything there.
You'd have me.
Okay, that's not enough.
A romantic drama starring young actors Hero Fiennes Tiffin and Josephine Langford. This dramatic, love-centered film is the third installment in a decently popular romantic drama series about two young adults. Hardin Scott and Tessa Young have had their numerous ups and downs in their committed long-term relationship. However, their loyalty is truly put up to the test. As this film is about the young Tessa starting anew and preparing to move to Seattle for a new job, her boyfriend Hardin reacts in an unstable way when it comes to her decision. Apart from that, Tessa's father reveals some shocking information around his daughter's lover, which leads to both Tessa and Hardin having to reconcile and think about whether to carry forward with their intense and emotional relationship. This movie could very well perfectly put in one place the dramas that usually come together with teenage relationships. We'll have to see it once it comes out. Number 9, Cinderella, September 3rd, 2021.
Do you want to go to that ball?
Yes, I was just crying and singing about it like 2 minutes ago.
Coming to Prime Video later this year, this adorable-looking film directed by the well-known Kay Cannon is going to be a nostalgic, whimsical venture into the classic old fairy tale of Cinderella. We all know how the story of Cinderella goes. The poor servant girl who has to put up with her mother, Lady Tremaine, and her sisters, eventually realizing her potential after attending a ball with the handsome Prince Charming and getting into a relationship with him. This interpretation of the fairy tale has Camila Cabello playing the famous Cinderella with actor Nicholas Galitzine playing the prince, who now even has a name. His name in this film will be Robert. Apart from that, this film has the plan to modernize the overall vibe of the fairy tale, having a multitude of musical numbers and many changed details that will keep anyone interested in this adorable modern retelling of classic stories. Number 8, Spider-Man: No Way Home, December 17th, 2021.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
Please, we saved half the universe together. I think we're beyond you calling me sir.
While technically not a typical teenager movie, the Marvel Cinematic Universe Spider-Man films are about a young man growing up and facing the many difficulties that come with adult life, however with a superhero twist included. This film will going to be about Peter's personal life, his complicated situation as a superhero with an exposed secret identity, and also will have him clinging onto his craving for normal teenage living, despite the fact he has to deal with the interplanetary comic book action that haunts him in his daily life. Nevertheless, this movie will obviously be a favorite among fans as it will have other incarnations of Peter Parker show up in the midst of the film's action, according to multiple rumors. Whatever the case may be, Peter Parker, or Spider-Man, has always been a great point for male adolescent entertainment that is relatable essence for a high school teenager. Number 7, What About Love, February 11th, 2022. What About Love is going to be a quite unique, promising romantic drama directed by the one and only Klaus Menzel. Starring Andy Garcia, this film follows the plot of a young man and woman who seem to have an avoidant attitude towards relationships. They eventually form a quite inevitable bond after going on a summer adventure in Europe to make a film about people's different attitudes when it comes to love. On top of that, this film gives a look into relationships as people grow from each other, and it also involves a parental view on love from one of the characters' parents who learn to love again after witnessing their child's experience. All in all, this film seems to be a perspective of how relationships work as we get older. Number 6, Hocus Pocus 2, 2022. Many people who grew up in the 90s remember the classic comedy movie Hocus Pocus, about three witches returning and haunting a young boy who accidentally summoned them. The film, being a lighthearted comedy, entertained many kids and teenagers back then, while it seems that Disney is planning a long-awaited sequel to this classic comedy movie. This time around, the sequel will apparently center around three young women who also managed to accidentally summon the three witches from the first film, while a release date is yet to be announced. The film is going to be available to stream on Disney Plus next year. Number 5, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them 3, July 15th, 2022. Harry Potter fans and fantasy lovers were blown away with the release of the second Fantastic Beasts film, which follows Newt Scamander and a young Albus Dumbledore who are in a continuous rat chase with the corrupted wizard Gellert Grindelwald. It talks about topics of alienation in modern society and generally doesn't stray away from this quality storytelling from the Harry Potter franchise. The third film currently has no title nor any plot details, however, it is expected that it will resolve many of the questions that the previous film opened up, in just the appropriate magical storytelling fashion. Fantastic Beasts 3 will be coming out during the summer of 2022, and the whole Wizarding fanbase is impatient about it. Number 4. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, October 7th, 2022. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was probably one of the most impressive movies ever released for everyone back when it came out. It featured never-before-seen animation styles, beautiful colors, and a plot that anyone could relate to. More specifically, the movies, just as with every other Spider-Man-related media, was targeted towards a more adolescent audience, the same way as Spider-Man as a character meant to represent coming-of-age stages in a young person's life. Spider-Verse highlighted the young Miles Morales' struggles with growing up, grief, and, most importantly, finding out what he really stands for and who he is. It's a movie that beautifully portrayed the concept of self-identity and realizing your potential. We are sure that the sequel to that film will not leave out those particular young adult topics, as it has the same power team behind it. All that all together with a slew of new possibilities opened up for the young protagonist. We cannot wait to see what the future holds for Miles in this second chapter. Number 3. Legally Blonde 3, May 20th, 2022.
I once had to judge a tighty-whitey contest for Lambda Kappa Pi. Trust me, I can handle anything.
The Legally Blonde movies follow the charming and charismatic Elle Woods, a girl who, after finishing high school, went through a breakup as her self-absorbed boyfriend decided to split things off with her, go with a smarter girl. This determines young Elle to enroll into the same exact college her ex-boyfriend will be attending, with the will to become a lawyer in Harvard House School. The movie set out a sequel which was just as successful as the first, and will now give us the possible culmination of Elle's bizarre yet wholesome story. The Legally Blonde films have always been good films for a younger teenage female audience, as it can teach girls to empower themselves and break through any annoying stereotypes they might come across. With this third installment, we can't wait to see what misadventures Elle Woods will be put through and how she will manage with all the obstacles and challenges. Number 2. Disenchanted, 2022. Enchanted was a lovely film about a fairy tale princess who got transported to the real world by her evil stepmother-in-law. Played by Amy Adams, Giselle eventually adapts to our reality as she gets accustomed to how the world works and how people are, eventually falling in love with a lawyer called Robert. Fast forward to 2022. We are now waiting for the sequel of this lovely romantic comedy. Disenchanted takes place 10 years after the original, in which our heroine Giselle is found wishing for a life that's more like what she was used to, a perfect fairy tale. However, it's this wish that sets the film's story of the movie and brings upon changes for both of her realities. Number 1. Shotgun Wedding, June 29th, 2022. Shotgun Wedding is another romantic comedy, but this one has a very unique twist. Shotgun Wedding stars class acts like Jennifer Lopez and Josh Duhamel in a romantic comedy in which a couple who originate from two very intense and conflicting families are preparing for the ultimate destination wedding, when all of a sudden the whole wedding party is taken hostage. It is in this dire situation that this romantic comedy film turns into an intense action movie. One thing that is so promising about this film is the fact that such a theme has never truly been carried off before, and we are looking forward to seeing it in action. On a related note, we wanted to know which part was your favorite one from our video. You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys!